Welcome competitors to the Houston Robinvale Ski Race for 2019, proudly supported by Fishers IGA and the Houston Club. Special thanks also to the Robinvale Riverside Caravan Park and the Swan Hill City Council for their support. This is the online briefing. I will be doing a separate dash briefing twice on Saturday, both at 6:30am and 11am at the Robinvale Community Centre. So for those guys that aren't doing social but are in the dash or in the top 40, please make yourself available at those times. Obviously, anyone that hasn't done the online briefing, I'll do a general briefing at 6:30 on Saturday also. Robinvale race is run under the SRA Ski Race Australia rules and also any conditions of entry from Ski Racing Victoria. Just a couple of points to note. No boats to be on the water after 7pm. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That doesn't matter if you've got maritime lights or not. There's no boats to be on the water at all after 7pm, and also not before sunrise over the weekend. Otherwise, you'll have the roads maritime guys to deal with. No refuelling in the caravan park or in the pit area or in the water. No different than anywhere else. You've got to refuel at the service station or somewhere out and away from the competitors' area. We are allowed to go under the bridge, but not at speed. So just remember when you're finishing your race, back off, you can go under the bridge and then idle on the bank. The starts on both days. Saturday social event, Saturday morning, will all be 30 seconds apart. The top 40 is 2 minutes apart and then reverts back to 1 minute for the other races. Sunday morning will be the first 40 boats is 1 minute apart and then 30 seconds. And when you're at the turnaround on Sunday, coming back to Robinvale, all boats Sunday will be 30 seconds apart. So same deal as other years, no different. Start procedure, 10-minute hooter will be given. Both flags raised at the 10 minutes. Green flag drops at 30 seconds. Skiers in the water and away you go. When it is only the 30-second start, that green flag comes straight back up again, indicating your skiers in the water. So just be mindful of when you're racing and those start times. Please, observers, just make sure your skiers are clear of the back of the boat before indicating the driver to run out the ropes. Also, again, when you're running out your ropes, you may accelerate to run the ropes out, but you must return to idle, so therefore no bow lifting when you approach the starter. Whilst racing competitors, be careful of the conditions on the day, whether it's windy, rough, smooth, whatever. Also early morning wildlife. Quite often Robinvale, it's fairly quiet around Bumbang Island. You can get a lot of wildlife on the water, so just be aware of that. Lights to the left, levels to the right when you're starting, so it doesn't matter whether you're going upstream or downstream, just remember that. When you're racing along the course, if you pull up for any reason, of course your orange flag must be raised. Any medical attention required for a skier or whatever, don't forget to raise the blue and white medical flag. And pressure prompts on the race safe, let them know where you are and what's happening. If you're broken down, same deal, let race safe know. Make sure you call them before you call your crew. And race safe or the race control will direct your trailer crew to the appropriate ramp. The only probably sharp bend on the way down, heading upstream, is Invincible Bend, about 3/4 of the way down. This should be marked by a large wheelbuoy, normally is, but there will be some indication to show you coming up to it. You need to be on the right-hand side of the river and approach that with caution. You'll see some reasonably tall cliffs at your right-hand side with some pump sheds. Make sure you do stick on the right-hand side of the river, because when you negotiate that corner, there is a sandbar immediately on the right-hand side which will be marked off with either white or yellow buoys. On the return leg, it's a lot easier to pick up because you'll hug those buoys on the sandbar on the left-hand side and you'll know you're coming into the Invincible Bend. So it's not as sharp as hairpin at the Southern 80, but it's the sharpest one on the Robinvale course that can be caught out. Okay, the turnaround point, please, when you finish, you come around a large sweeping left-hander and there'll be some wheelbuoys indicating the finish line there. Proceed straight through the finish line area and go down as far as you can. Keep it well away from other boats finishing. Pull your skis in on a tight rope and idle back to the Victorian bank. Myself and or Doug Binney will be there to hand out the return numbers like we normally do. It'll be all done on race safe, of course. And please do not go across to the New South side until you've got your numbers and we mention over the PA that you're allowed to, because we're waiting for the sweep boat. There could be other boats still coming, so just watch that. When you're starting, as I said earlier, all boats are 30 seconds apart all weekend from the return leg. Drop-in point's probably just downstream of the ramp where the big pump pontoon comes out. A lot of people drop in too early, creates a lot of congestion, so just make sure you get up to the start line. You'll see Ray and the boys there on a little booze barge there. When you're finishing, when you come up to Bunbang Island, you know when you come down a straight and there's quite a few houseboats on the left, don't go straight and go through the cutting. You'll run aground. There'll be some large buoys there fencing that off. Make sure you go around the sweeping right-handed. You've still got another 12 k's to go. Don't forget, coming back around Bunbang Island, that's quite a sharp right-hander where you'll see a crowd of people on the bank, so just be careful of that. When you're finishing, as I said earlier, you can go under the bridge at speed, but please back off. Don't race under the bridge. Do not stop under the bridge. But you may go slow down under the bridge, stop, tight rope, pull your skis into the tight rope, put them in the boat, and please display your orange flag in the holder and idle bank on the bank closest to the caravan park. Just some general information. Make sure the whole team reads this whole briefing sheet. It's quite detailed, and I'm only going through a small part of it, but there's a few bits of information you need to know about what ramps certain boats use. 16, 17 mile an hour use the Euston ramp, so forth, so just read through that. When you're putting your boats in the water, no one's to be hanging on the trail or sitting in the boat. The police will be watching that. Race day reports at the end of each day, don't forget that. And if you've had an incident, fill out a maritime incident report, all available at race control. Your race safe, of course, device to be handed in on Sunday night, and you'll pick up your logbook. Just the last thing, breath testing will be 6:30 to 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, and 11 till 12 for the guys running the top 40 or the dash that aren't running Saturday morning, and then 7 till 8:30 on Sunday morning. So be aware of those times. Obviously bring your membership card, and skiers bring their helmets. Other than that, as I said, please get your whole team to read the briefing sheet and be aware of everything. And good luck and have a safe weekend.